Alright, this is gonna be the dumbest video on this whole channel. But gooning has gone mainstream? Like, I mean, it's all I hear about now is goon this, gooning that, gooner, goon. Like, I remember back when I was like 8 years old, when gooning meant like a henchman or some shit. Essentially, gooning is just a prolonged session of Hubbington. Like 5-6 hours type of shit. Like, and some people really, this is their life, alright? Some Discord moderators live in the goon. Like, some people have a goon cave, bro, like no troll. And there's so many instances throughout the year that have had to do with gooning, to the point where I'm convinced it's mainstream. Because how is there already a content house for OF girls? And they got drafted to that shit like it was the NBA. But seriously, like, they have to be the NBA players of all gooners. I know that sounds insane, but listen. They're making basically as much as NBA players. Or, well, only like a small percentage of them. Like, you know how all of us glaze LeBron? Like, there are a bunch of gooners out there that do crazy tricks on these OF girls. Except they're actually not on them. They wish they were, though. Like, some people will glaze them so much to the point where they'll donate $4 million, all right? They'll donate their whole life savings to them, and that's it. Like, some people will really just drop a ridiculous amount. Like, some people will deadass drop $5 grand, and they just shower them with bread for literally no reason. Half the time, they're talking to the manager. They're not even talking to the person. All right, they're just sitting on their ass doing nothing, bro. It's all the manager. But yeah, genuinely, how do you pay for this content? It's literally all over the internet. Because sometimes, I don't know, I can't tell if it's YouTube or if it's Hubbington, because there's some really questionable content that's seeping through the cracks on YouTube. And not even that, there's fucking goon corners on TikTok. Goon corners. Like, are people's attention spans really that fried to the point where people have to add goon corners to their videos? Like, dog, what the like, what if I'm in public and a goon corner, a video with a goon corner pops up? Like, GG's, bro, it's over. Or like some OF girl doing a thirst trap TikTok dance. And this is on an app full of fetuses, by the way. Just let that sink in, bro. Like, how are there goon corners even allowed on TikTok? Like, I just feel like the down badness just keeps going up. It keeps rising every year. Because I didn't think this was ever gonna be a meta on TikTok. And then YouTube as well, man. Like, they've had their fair share of issues with this type of content. Like, just look around at their goddamn ads. I mean, most of them are family friendly, but there's stuff that slips through the cracks that are, questionable to say the least. And that's exactly why I bought YouTube Premium, bro. I'm not trying to deal with all that shit, especially when opening YouTube in public. Like, I opened this shit for entertaining videos to pass time before going to a doctor's appointment. I did not open that shit up to get borderline Hubbington ads. Like, some of the content in the ads are damn near black and orange. Now, another thing that's went viral this year that's had to do with gooning is Bonnie Blue and Lily Phillips. Now, this NBA comparison I did earlier for OF girls actually works for this one, because how are you competing to see who could sleep with more dudes? Bonnie Blue cannot be a human being, bro. Like, there's no way. Like, in what mind? Who comes up with this challenge, bro? And obviously, people make a meme out of it, as we always do with Gen Z. I mean, we are the most unserious generation after all. But I mean, it's really disturbing, though, if you think about it. Like, how are you letting 1,000 dudes hit, bro? Like, I can't even imagine how much liters that shit is. Like, would that shit flood the room? Liters of milk, YouTube, all right? Just Horizon, nice and delicious, tasty, starts the morning off right, you know? But bro, who attended this? How did you get 1,000 people to pull up, bro? Like, genuinely. Did they think to themselves, yeah, you know what? We're gonna be a part of history tonight, boys. Let's go! Let's be a part of history, yeah! Like, they really thought they were gonna make it on the right side of history, but I don't know. They're just gonna get flamed in every history book known to man. Everyone involved in that is just gonna get ripped to pieces by historians like years later. Like, the size of this train is just, I can't even imagine. Like, this has to be the Mr. Beast of OF, because how can you even make challenges out of this shit? But yeah, now we have down bad comments. Now, these have been a staple for a long time running at this point. They're just all over, and somehow they just top each other every year. Here's an example right here. I love Indonesia. I wish that toilet seat was my face. Case closed. I think that's pretty down bad. I mean, come on, bro. Do your friends and family see this? Is this just gonna spawn in on the timeline? Like, the amount of down bad comments I've seen on the internet is crazy. And honestly, that was just a warm-up. We got the next one here. Boom. I want you to circumcise me with your stomach acid. Like, do they really do this just to get a chance with the girl, bro? Like, genuinely, do they think this is gonna work? Like, I mean, it got their attention, but 100% of the time, it's negative attention. They're gonna think you're a fucking weirdo, and you need to be locked up in prison with the key thrown away. And sometimes it could be the most random shit, too. People they'll just spawn in a down bad comment. Like, we got Clash Royale tweeting, poor Larry getting smashed by the log. And then we got, I'd smash Larry with my log, too. There's still time to delete this. It's Clash Royale. All right, Larry the goddamn skeleton is being destroyed by a log, and that's the first thing you can come up with, bro. That's the first thing that comes to your mind. But yeah, the internet it will always be the internet at this point. Like, I wouldn't put it past someone to comment something down bad. Like, it's always a loud minority with the down bad dudes. Like, their voices are always the loudest. The Sydney Sweeney bathwater soap. I know, this is a real product. Sydney Sweeney, I guess, teamed up with Dr. Squatch to make the men's natural soap. Limited edition. Sydney's Bathwater Bliss. Of course it sold out. Of course it did. Why wouldn't it sell out? And you know what? I don't even want to imagine what people are gonna do with this goddamn soap. And I mean, this is the Belle Delphine method in front of our own eyes right here. And obviously, Sydney Sweeney's well aware of the type of fan base she has. Of course, this product is definitely flying off the shelves. Like, it just makes sense. Like, there are a lot of dudes out there, and I mean a lot, that are insanely down bad for Sydney Sweeney. Like, look, bro, she is bad as hell. Like, she looks good. But I'm not gonna sit there and be down bad in her comment section talking about how, like, oh, the toilet seat or blah, blah, blah. Or whatever, just insert any down bad comment. Or like those old guys spamming the heart emoji saying like, you look gorgeous, darling, or whatever. Shooting like Curry from the moon. Like, I'm not commenting any bullshit like that. Like, obviously I find her attractive, but I'm not gonna sit there and shoot like Curry from the moon in the comment section. Because holy airball, dog. Some of those comments are like genuinely embarrassing to read. Like, I get secondhand embarrassment from them. But yeah, where was I even going with this? Oh yeah, Sydney Sweeney's fan base. You know, it's got some gooners in it. I can't lie. And they're down bad, and they want her soap. Like, bro, how do you expect... I don't know how you expect to pull girls with the Sydney Sweeney blissful soap bar sitting in your bathroom. And if Sydney Sweeney were to magically come over to your house, all right, the goddamn wet dream of a lifetime happens to you, and Sydney Sweeney's at your crib. She sees the soap in your house, she's gonna think you're weird, and that's it. Boom, she's gone. That's it. It's over. Like, this really all has to be a lab experiment, because how can someone be this down bad? And some people will even create goon caves to seed in the down badness even more. You know how sports dads have man caves in the basement downstairs, and you know, they create the room, they deck it out with like their favorite sports teams? It's that, but for gooning. That's what having a goon cave is. Yeah, they'll genuinely deck out their room for gooning, and that's it. It's like the gooners version to a man cave. Like, yeah, like dads have their man caves. And now gooners have optimized setups to make sure their quote-unquote session is the best possible. And you'll be able to tell very easily if you walk into a goon cave. Genuinely smells like a biohazard, like the minute you walk in there. So you'll easily be able to tell. Like, I also saw another post from a year ago, I think, at this point, where someone on Reddit brought an emergency gooning kit out with them, just in case they need to quote-unquote yank it a little bit. But how do you expect to pull girls if you're walking around with the 6 terabyte gooning kit everywhere you go? Yeah, that shit's 6 TB, terabytes. I've not used that much storage within my entire life. I don't even think I've ever been through that much storage, just like through installing games on my computer, editing videos, etc. How do you even get that much? 6, like, that's just disgusting, bro. How do you carry that shit around with you, too? Okay, this is not mainstream. I don't know why I'm talking about it. But yeah, that just shocked me so much. But then you have that one guy that people held a goonerol for. A quote-unquote goonerol. And this guy got caught with his pants down in his car. No, I'm not joking. Like, his pants were actually down. And then he drove away. And I forget the name of the restaurant he was at. But it's like, I don't know, they have like bikini uniforms. And he pulled up, pants down. And then a day later or something, he game ended, which of course is very sad. But you know, what he did was insanely disgusting and weird. And people held a goonerol for this guy. No, I'm not joking. Honestly, I think it's time to end the video. But yeah, watch this video right here on the end screen. YouTube thinks you'll like it. Go watch it now.